I am excited with our new episode today with a very, very special guest, Tahir. Thank you so much for having you here.
It's my pleasure, Mario.
Tahir, you are one of the most successful, I can say from my part, real estate agent CEOs and co-founders.
Yeah.
I like your journey. I'm already in the second episode from your YouTube podcast. What is very, very interesting. Now to talk for my viewers and listeners, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and how you moved to Dubai?
So I'm Tahir Majithia. I'm originally from India. Been doing real estate for a very long time. The second generation. My dad was in real estate. I also started doing real estate back in India. And, somewhere around 2013, 14, I moved to Dubai. So been here now for over 10 years. And real estate is something which I know. And, when I came here, I wanted to start real estate. And I moved here for real estate only. I mean, that was my goal. And worked with a few companies before. And now, since the past 3 years, I have my own company called Prime Capital Real Estate, where we do a lot of, buying, selling, renting for clients. Not only that, we also do development advisory if people want to build their own homes, but everything to do with real estate.
Amazing. So what makes me impressed? So you are from India, Mumbai, and Mumbai
Yes.
is a very big capital.
Yes,
and
it is.
I know that there is not a middle gap. So or you are very, very rich, or you are very, very poor. Is it right? How the people are?
Not really. You can, look, India is a huge population. Obviously, a lot of wealthy people in India. And at the same time, you have a big middle class population as well. And of course, you have, a lot of people who are, not so well to do as well. But all in all, India, we're a population of 1.4 billion. You find all sorts of people over there.
100%.
Yes.
So that's why I'm impressed how you moved to Dubai. So to coming out of Mumbai and saying, I want to come to Dubai.
See, I've been traveling to Dubai since 2005. So I was very familiar with the place. I used to keep coming here. The first time I came here was 2005. And after that, I kept coming every 2-3 months, 4 months, coming, going. So I was in love with the place. And I always wanted to, back of the mind, that thing was always there that, I want to do something here. But I had things back in India. I couldn't really, move. But then, 2012, 13, somewhere I got an opportunity where I could, exit my businesses back in India and I could, probably move over here. So that's what I did.
Amazing. So how I saw your family as well was in India in the development.
Yes.
So I guess it was improving you a lot. So that's why my question is, which type of opportunities you saw in Dubai to get the decision, I will move now from Mumbai to Dubai?
See, the decision was, based on a lot of factors. One is I love the lifestyle here. Okay. So that was one key factor to move to Dubai, because I just love the place, so I was like, I want to live here. That was one thing. Plus the market was very different. Market is very, what do you say? Look, what happens is when you work in India, right? You're working only with Indians.
Yes.
Right? But when you come to Dubai, you're working with the world.
Yes.
So that's a totally different experience. And, that is what really fascinated me. And I was like, I want to do this. I don't just want to, I really want to expand my horizon, and I want to see what, how people around the world do, because I've got to learn a lot once I moved here. I learned a lot about various other countries in terms of their cultures, people, because see, you can see something, read something, but when you meet someone from the place, it's a totally different experience. And especially when you do a business, like if you sell to someone from, say, the UK or US or XYZ, whichever country, right? That's, when you deal with them, then you actually realize, different people have different kind of mentalities, temperaments, cultures. So that really excited me.
I totally agree. So you was now as well one of the first to move to Dubai. I think the boom was coming later now on social media.
Look,
people are talking.
Yes, see, when I started, the markets were going down. So I've seen a lot of bad times as well over here, where markets were not what they are today. And I think that's what gives me the experience and sets me apart from a lot of other people who are entering the market today, where they don't know the market that well.
That's exactly my second question. So
Yeah.
the time was where the market was going down. We had one time 2008, a big
Yes.
issue in Dubai. Then then we get more stable. Then 2013 and 14 was going again down. So which type of problems you was facing in the beginning and how you resolved that problems?
So look, when one thing, when we were talking to buyers back in 2014, 15, 16, you know, the first thing you had to do is you had to convince the buyer to buy in Dubai first. Apart the property, forget the property. The first thing used to be the guy has to be convinced that he wants to invest in Dubai. Once he's convinced completely that yes, I want to buy in Dubai, then comes the property and you give offers. So that was one big challenge because people were like, oh no, markets are going down, and we uh, and it was going down. It's no I mean, it is a fact. So people were very hesitant. We didn't have things like the golden visa what we have today, or for example, you 100% own a business, and things like these were not present 10, 12 years back. So a lot has changed today. So that was one challenge. Second thing was always, the biggest challenge was meeting the buyer's expectations, the negotiations, right? Because sellers asking an X price, buyer is asking for a different price. And 3 months down, say for example, a property is for 1 million, a buyer says, no, I want it for 900,000. Okay. For some reason, the deal didn't work out. The property is still in the market. 3 months down the line, the seller says, okay, I'll accept 900,000. That time the buyer says, no, now I want it for 850. And we saw a lot of these kind of things happening at that time. Rentals were also going down. So some very good deals. But at the same time, people who bought during that time have made some very good money on it.
100%. And how you keep motivated? So what was your energy every morning?
Motivation comes, I feel that, it's your personal goals, what you wish to do and how hungry you are for it. So if you are hungry for doing something, to make something, you will do it. So I feel that, today I see a lot of people, they ask how to stay motivated. But, there's nothing which can keep you motivated apart you yourself. Motivation comes from inside, that I want to do it. If you are motivated and you want to do something, you will find a way to do it.
I totally agree with you. So, and which type of benefits was given it to you because your family is coming from a developer side?
Yeah.
So, and you moved to Dubai. So, did you saw some gaps who you got some ideas and said, hey, this will give me a push?
So I come from India and that to Bombay, which is one of the most expensive real estate market in Asia. Okay, and also around the world. If you see, Bombay is a very expensive city in terms of purchasing real estate. So what that also means, it's a very, very, very matured market. So when I moved from Bombay to Dubai and I saw the market here, it was totally different. First of all, secondly, yes, it did give me an advantage because I knew a lot about development, construction, and so a lot of basics were very clear. Obviously, it took me a few months to get used to the way things happen over here. The way a deal is done, or a way a buyer and seller sign, say, an MOU and do a transfer. Those things obviously were different, but apart that, yes, it really helped me with that kind of experience back home. So that was something, but I still feel that there are still gaps where, in terms of design and innovation, now you see people doing more better quality work as compared to that. Because previously, this whole thing of bettering the product was not so much. It's that whole trend started just a few years back, which in other countries, whether it is you talk about Mumbai, or even in say in a city like London or Miami, New York, you find people going really out of their way to develop properties. So that, I think, has now come into Dubai, and as market matures, we'll see more of that.
Can you tell me, from your construction experience and as well from your experience since 2014 in the Dubai real estate market, which are the top 3 developers who you like to work with?
I mean, see, there are a lot of good developers here, but obviously Emaar is one of them, because Emaar is one of the largest developers, and probably practically half of the city is built by Emaar. one of the best locations, best master communities. So I really feel Emaar is really nice, and so is Miras and you know Dubai Holdings, where some of their projects are also brilliant. And I also love Ellington. Ellington also as a developer, they started off also just a few years back, but they've done some amazing work.
Yes, Ellington, I agree. It's as well a very
Yes.
beautiful developer. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And they have a nice vision behind it, and you feel very comfortable even if you're entering the sales center.
Yes.
So now my favorite question. Everyone knows you was skyrocketing the market, so you made a sales transaction from over 1 billion dirhams.
I mean, I've done good transactions. Usually not. I don't speak much about my transactions, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now my question is, of course, a lot of real estate agents are coming here. I said it in my last podcast. They're thinking, I'm coming to Dubai and I will become the next millionaire. So unfortunately, if they're entering here the market, they will see in the next couple of 2-3 days that it's not so easy.
Not
The market is very competitive,
Not at
and how you say it, that's why my question as well is with the motivation, you have to be a shark here to survive.
100%.
So which type of strategies you had to become or to do that type of sales transactions?
I mean, see, look. First of all, you have to understand. When you are dealing with people, high net worth people, right? You have to be absolutely honest and transparent, because that's number one what they would look at. Okay, money is secondary, but the first thing they want is the person they're dealing with has to be transparent and honest with them, because that's one thing. Second thing, you have to provide them with value. You need to show them numbers, because end of the day, because see, most of my transactions are investor based transactions, where people are investing money to make a return with a strategy, that this is our strategy. Okay, I'm not really into a lot of transactions where I'm selling for example, a 70 million villa or something. That's not my core personally. My company does that, but me as an individual, mostly my transactions have always been investor-based transactions where, we've transacted buildings. Okay, this is a building, this is an incomplete asset. Okay, what's the value? It's 75 million. Okay, why do we buy this? What kind of rental returns? What is the, strategy behind it? So, when you are doing transactions like these, you have to give them accurate numbers. Always give numbers with, I always say that, undersell and over deliver. So if you're telling a client that, look, this will fetch you this much return, always be a little conservative, because if they get more, the trust increases. But if they get even slightly less, they're like, oh, he said I would get 8%, but I'm making 7.5. But if you say you'll make 7%, and if they make 7.5, they're very happy.
I totally agree with you. And I guess this is as well a big gap in the Dubai real estate market.
And second thing, if you don't know something, tell the client clearly, I don't know. I need to check. I'll find it out for you. A lot of people, what happens is when they don't know the answer, they just lie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this will be this much, this one. But that doesn't work in the long term, because eventually they'll find out.
I totally agree with you. And I guess this is how you can attract still a lot of investors, because what I get back, I'm mostly working with European investors, of course, based from Germany. We're new to Switzerland and Austria as well, is the service, how they're working. A lot of people now in the moment are just sending pictures by WhatsApp, description by WhatsApp, no brochure, no system behind that. So, and I guess if you follow this type of nice ways, working in a professional way and be different with all the other real estate companies in the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to differentiate yourself, be yourself, don't try to be someone else. I always tell people this, that listen, don't try to become like someone, you be yourself, and you will attract people who like you.
Absolutely.
You see, it is not possible that everybody will come and do business with you. That doesn't happen in the world, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, there would be only one real estate agent.
Yes.
But that's practically not possible.
Yes.
So people connect with people, and that's what is important.
Absolutely. Some people like you, some people don't like you, and you have to sit to the investor.
I mean, no matter what, there'll be still some people who do not like you, and that's absolutely okay.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much for that insight. So now, as well, while we are sitting here in Dubai with an amazing ruler. So if you're looking since 1964, what he started, and 2024, where we are, every single word what he said happened.
Yes.
So now everyone is talking about 2040. We should double the population. So we should become around 7.88 million
Yes.
inhabitants here in Dubai. What are your strategies now with Prime Capital Dubai to set the focus into the market, and how you're seeing how the market will go till 2040?
So see, market is definitely growing, okay, and there's going to be a lot of there's a lot of growth in the market which has already happened, but a lot of people don't realize it that the real actual growth will also happen once, say, whatever has, because a lot of properties right now which are sold off plan,
Yes.
right? Once these properties become ready, okay, which I estimate already there are some about 100,000 units under construction or off plan which are already sold. Now, in the next 4-5 years, these units will get ready. Now, when these units get ready, you need more people to manage these units. Obviously, people are coming into the country, people are coming into Dubai, they want to make Dubai their home. So, it's like one after the other, something or the other, they're doing right to make sure that the city grows. Now, as a company, our strategy is that we want to grow, but we want to grow organically and sustainably. When I say sustainably, we've seen a lot of companies grow overnight in Dubai and then they shut also overnight. Okay. I don't want to do that. I've seen others make that mistake and I don't want to make that mistake myself. So we've been very, cautious in any sort of expansion because we just don't want to expand for the sake of it or to show someone, but we expand slowly, and we want to make sure that we are, solid on the ground and then expand because that's really important. And we want to make sure that, when we expand, we can sustain that expansion. Even if the markets go down or something happens, we can sustain that expansion and grow further on.
I totally agree with you. And this was one of the biggest mistakes here. And I don't know if you saw my first podcast, I said as well. I said, I see me with DubaiView as a boutique developer. I don't want to have in one batch 100, 200 agents.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, I have to know who I have to employ.
100%.
I have to understand who is selling my vision to the potential investors who's coming to us.
I know of some companies with over 100 agents doing, say, X number of revenue. And on the other hand, there are companies with probably 10 or just 20 agents doing more revenue than that.
Yes.
At a lower operating cost, lower expense, and they're making more money.
Absolutely.
Right? So to show the world you have 100 agents, you need that? Or do you want 10, 20 good agents performing really well and, doing great numbers?
Absolutely.
So this is what, I feel people are getting it really wrong. A lot of people are like, no, we want to grow and this. Okay, everybody wants to grow. But the growth has to be sustainable and it has to be something which you can continue growing.
Absolutely, I totally agree as well. You have to understand.
And it has to make sense,
80% as well here in the Dubai real estate market are selling off plan.
Yeah.
So now you have to send, even the developer are changing now the commission splits.
Yes.
Now you get 2.5 after 30 days, then after signing the SPA, the other 2.5. And a lot of CEOs and co-founders, I guess they forgot that this 3 months gap,
Yes.
they have to hold
Still
their
have to pay
costs.
bills. Yes,
You have still to pay the bills.
100%.
And if you cannot afford this, how you open and grow fast, that much you can close your company and you are done. So it's not easy. And for that, how our ruler have a good plan and vision plan, we as a real estate owner should have as well a good
Yes,
plan
100%.
how to survive in that market.
One more thing which most people make mistakes is a lot of people get into real estate business for the short term. And that's where the problem starts. Because their vision is only that, okay, I want to make money and, do something else. Right? So when people get into real estate with a short-term vision, that's where the issue is.
Yeah, absolutely. So now starting with the taxations.
Yes.
So we attract a lot of people that we was a tax-free country.
Yeah.
Now we got the 5% VAT.
Yeah.
And we got a 9% corporate tax.
Yeah.
So how you are seeing that regulations? Do you see it as a problem for us in the real estate market that the investors have an issue with that? Or you see it as more potential to grow more in the Dubai real estate market through the taxations?
See, I'll tell you something. There are two things. One, I've never met a person, a wealthy person, a billionaire or a millionaire, who has a problem in paying taxes. Okay. The problem is people don't like when the governments start interfering in their business. People have no problem paying taxes. Okay. Around the world, people have been paying taxes. Okay. So, first of all, you have to understand the corporation tax is 9%, which is probably one of the lowest in the world. So, people don't have a problem paying that 9% as long as the government doesn't interfere in their business. And that doesn't happen in Dubai. Right. In Dubai, we don't have political issues and, stuff like that where, the government is changing. Now there's a new government coming, and stuff like that, which you face at a lot of places around the world. So number one, that. Second thing, this 9% corporation tax, what it will do is actually unlock a lot of big money coming into Dubai. And the reason behind that is that, look, when you go into matured markets, okay, whether be it say a market like UK or India and all, there you find a lot of big multinational funds investing into the country, into the real estate sector. Okay. Just to give you an example, I don't know when, but just a few months back or, maybe a year back, whatever, Abu Dhabi invested $2 billion into Indian real estate through XYZ arm. Now, those kind of investments actually were not coming into the UAE, but which I feel that once this tax comes, people will start filing their taxes because then you will go through audits and stuff like that. What will happen is a lot of international institutional investors will then come into Dubai, right? And what that will do is that will unlock a lot of capital for developers at a very low cost, which will enable them to even build more and do more projects. So when that kind of capital comes into the country, the markets will evolve even further. So if people think that now Dubai has just reached its top and everything is done, no, I don't believe that, because I believe that this whole taxation and everything, people are happy with paying 9%. It's not a very big chunk. It's not 30-40% tax. So 9% is okay. And eventually on the longer run, it will benefit the country.
I totally agree with you. And I guess all the people who's leaving the other countries because of the taxation is that it's not holding the regulations.
Exactly.
So how I say it, I grew up in Germany. We're paying 49%.
Yeah, I mean, look, 49%. So now today, everybody making money over there is paying 49% tax, right?
Yes.
So same way in India today, people are paying 30-35% tax. So it's not that they are against paying that tax.
Exactly. It's not paying the tax. It's how you are using the money.
Exactly.
What you're taking from.
Exactly.
And this is every time what I say it in Dubai, how they finance all that what the government is giving to us. For that, I would pay as well 50%
now
tax.
Imagine without taking tax, if the government can build such amazing infrastructure and the services, the facilities, amenities, the safety and everything, if they can manage, imagine what they'll do when they have this extra revenue. I mean, in my opinion, things will just get better.
Yes. That's it. I see it as well. Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So now what I saw, you are starting slowly coming soon. I saw it on Instagram, your own construction company.
Yes.
Is there any little information what you can give us already, what are in your mind?
So we are right now developing 2 villas in Nadal Shiba Gardens in Medan.
Amazing.
We're hoping to complete them in the next 4-5 months. Once we complete that, it's completely ready, then we'll put it in the market. And we're working on some other projects too. It's too soon to say that. But yes, that is
amazing.
Something which is more of a passion goal, you can say. Really want to do that. So that's also in the works.
It's amazing because I guess this as well is a gap in the market if you're looking which type of developments you are doing. So from my experience now from European investors as well, not everyone is rich because Dubai, everyone is seeing millions, billions and stuff, but there's as well people who was working very hard to get their first $2 million.
Yes.
So if they want to realize their dream and buying a villa or a house out of it, they don't want to have like how we have it a lot of times in master communities,
Yeah.
attached next to each other.
Yes.
Who are saying, Mario, but with all my love, it's a beautiful master community,
But I
very
don't like the
bad
house.
green area, but I don't like the house because the neighbor, they straight
all the
away is
same.
looking on my
Yes,
pool.
yes.
Everything is looking the same. We don't like that.
Yes.
And I say every time, it's nice to get these feedbacks because it's a problem. And if you find a solution out of that problem, it's become a business.
True.
So, and I guess there's a lot of potential in development who you can fully find that type of
Yes,
gaps and
definitely.
getting very successful. You don't have to be the biggest one and huge one. If you just find this type of problems and finding solutions out of it, a lot of
Absolutely.
people will pay as well 5,000 euro the square meter.
Yeah, I mean,
get
we are
that
seeing
house.
that because I'll tell you one transaction which we transacted recently in Dubai Hills. My office did where a 4-bedroom Sidra villa in Dubai Hills. If it's a normal house which is built by the master developer, that sells a 4-bed, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 8.5 million approximately. It is a back-to-back villa, no special location. The person who bought the villa refurbished it completely, leaving the structure. Everything in the house was changed and was done to the highest possible grade. Like, I've not seen someone spend so much money on a Sidra. We sold it for 13.3 million.
Wow.
Right? Something which sells for 8 million, because they did it really well. Someone came and bought it for 13.3 million.
Of course, because he solved the problem.
He solved the problem because they wanted a fully done up villa, fully furnished. They just wanted to take the bags and move in. And the client saw the villa, and they saw the villa 1 month before completion. It was not even 100% complete. They saw it 1 month before completion and they loved it. They bought it. So, like that, there are so many other places where people have, it doesn't need to be like a big scale building or something, something. But on smaller scales also people are doing this.
I totally agree with you. So now my last questions to come as well to the end on your YouTube podcast.
Yes.
I hear you had two very interesting people as well into your podcast, and you was talking about PropTech.
Yes.
So how you see the PropTech future as well here in Dubai? Do you think the real estate companies have to focus more into a tech? Because for me, it's very interesting because DubaiView is one of the PropTech companies. We are very deep into tech. So, and I wanted to get the feedback as well from your side.
Tech is something I feel, as we evolve, we have to start using tech, right? Giving you an example, years back, people used to write letters. Then came email, okay? Today, nobody writes letters.
Yes.
It's everything was mostly on email. I mean, there's still people who would be writing a letter, but everything is on email, right? So you have to adapt to new technology. We don't have an option on that. If you really want to survive, you have to. There's no. I think a lot of people think, oh, this new, but I feel that tech is, you have to use it because that's the way forward. And whether it is PropTech or related to anything in real estate, I think we need to adapt to it and adapt as quickly as possible. I feel because I'll just give you an example. Say, for example, social media, right? The only regret I have of doing social media is like, why didn't I start it earlier? That's the only thing. I feel, I wish I would have started, 4 years earlier than I started, 5 years earlier than I started. Why I didn't do it, right? So that's the only thing I feel. So it's the faster you adapt to new technology and all the new kind of tech available, the better it is.
Do you think social media is a very good source for real estate agents to attract leads and get credibility out of it?
Everybody is using social media, right? It's not just for real estate. Whether you're a car brand or you are a chef or you are, a travel agent or, no matter which business, everybody today is, because the attention is on social media.
Absolutely.
Right. Like,
I guess this is the only platform where you can show your masterpiece.
Where would you, if today someone, if I gave you $100 and I said, spend it on ad, you will go and put it on social media only, right? So if everybody's attention is on social media, you have to, go for it.
I totally agree with you. Tech is a very big name and a lot of things what you can improve and do as
100%.
well inside talking about the intranet CRM system, making the life work balance as well for
Yes.
the agents much more easier.
Yeah.
You know, because in the end of the day, I say every time to my agents, I don't want to see you calling 150 cold leads every day on the phone. You guys are here to bring the properties and to sell. This is your main part, what you have to
Exactly.
do.
Today, you upload one post, it reaches out to thousands of people. How much time it will take to send 1,000 messages
Yeah,
or 1,000 phone calls? It
I
will take
totally
ages.
agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Tahir, thank you so much having you
My
here.
pleasure.
It was a
My
pleasure having you here. And I guess the
My pleasure.
audience will be very happy to hear your insights.
Thank
and
you.
I hope I see you soon.
Very much.
Thank
Thank
you.